Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into Ayurveda. Can these ancient secrets really tackle some of our biggest modern beauty headaches? Like constant hair fall and that endless search for flawless skin? Let's find out. Okay, so right out of the gate, we're hit with this incredibly bold claim from our source expert. Get this. Hair fall becomes zero from the very first application. I mean, wow, that's a massive promise, right? So we've got to break this down and see how that's even supposed to be possible.
All right, but hold on. Before we even get into the products themselves, the expert says there's a really important distinction we need to understand. It's kind of like the foundation for this whole philosophy. So let's get that clear first.
So this is pretty interesting. You know how a lot of us use the words herbal and Ayurvedic like they mean the same thing? Well, our expert draws a really clear line in the sand. He says Ayurveda is way more than just plants. It's this whole holistic approach that pulls from everything in nature. We're talking plants, sure, but also minerals and other natural stuff. It's not just about what you can grow in a garden.
Okay, so now that we've got that straight, let's jump into the first solution, this hair tonic. And here's the thing. According to the expert, what's in it is only half the battle. The secret sauce is really in how you apply it. And you can see just how detailed this process is. First, you got to detangle. Then you part your hair into these little half-inch sections so you can get right to the scalp. You use a cotton ball to apply it, which makes sense so it doesn't just drip everywhere. And then you massage it in with your fingertips. And he's specific, fingertips, not nails. That's to get the blood flowing and help open up those pores. Then you just hang out for about half an hour. And there are a few really important things to remember. Dhyan rakhein in Hindi, or keep in mind. Number 1, try not to get this stuff in your eyes. It can really sting. Number 2, your hair is going to feel kind of stiff and weird afterwards. That's totally normal, so don't panic. And probably the most important one, whatever you do, do not comb your hair while that tonic is setting. You can end up causing breakage, which is exactly what you're trying to avoid. Okay, so you've done everything right. You've followed all the steps. Now for the big question, what actually happens? And this is where it gets interesting, because the expert is super careful about separating what he guarantees from what's just, stuff he's heard from other people.
Right, so here is the one thing he puts his name on, the one guarantee. This tonic will stop the hair you already have from falling out. And he says it starts working from the very first time you use it.
Okay, but what about growing new hair? Well, the theory here is pretty fascinating. It suggests that sometimes the issue isn't that your hair follicles are dead. It's that healthy hair is literally trapped under your skin because the pores are clogged. So, the whole idea behind this tonic is to clear out those blockages, almost like unplugging them, so that trapped hair can finally break through and grow.
But again, he is so clear about this. He is not officially claiming it makes new hair grow. What he does say is that he's heard back from a ton of clients who say they've seen new hair. He even mentions one person who had such significant hair loss they used to cover their head and they apparently saw a difference. But it's all feedback, not a scientific claim.
All right, let's switch gears from hair to skin. We're looking at the second product now, which is an oil, and it has a very particular name, which, as you'll see, was chosen for a very strategic reason. So here's the obvious question, right? The expert says this oil is great for your whole body, and people apparently use it that way. So why on earth is it called a facial oil? And the answer is just refreshingly honest. It's pure marketing. Simple as that. See, this oil is pretty expensive, and the thinking was that people are generally willing to spend more money on products for their face than for their body. If they called it a body oil, that high price tag might have scared people off. And that premium price comes from what's inside. We're talking about a complex formula with something like 27 different ingredients. And it's packed with the heavy hitters of Ayurveda, things like red and white sandalwood, saffron, lotus. These are all ingredients that have been praised for centuries in traditional texts for what they can do for your skin. Now, because this is such a powerful blend, there are actually 2 different ways you can use it. It really just depends on your goal. Are you playing the long game for skin health, or do you need a quick boost of glow like right now? So for your daily routine, it's simple. Just massage 3 or 4 drops into your face at night, and you're done. Just leave it on. But if you've got a party or something and you want that instant glow, here's the hack. You massage the oil in, put a face pack on right on top of it, wait just 5 minutes, and then wash it all off. He says the effect is like getting a professional facial at a salon. And that whole salon comparison, it's apparently backed up by what users are saying.
The expert shared this really powerful bit of feedback from one woman who said, "Ever since I started using this, I just haven't been back to the salon." For her, the real win wasn't just better skin, it was that she didn't need to pay for professional treatments anymore.
So when you step back and look at it, what we've seen is this really interesting mix, right? You've got these ancient formulas paired with very modern marketing tactics. You've got rock-solid guarantees sitting right next to anecdotal stories. And it all boils down to this one big question. In a world full of high-tech treatments and scientific skincare, where does traditional wisdom really fit in? Can it still solve some of our biggest beauty frustrations today?